Story 1. I absolutely love 80s and 90s TV themes, but my favorite is definitely the Greatest American Hero theme. Thank you for all the great throwback memories. For anyone who wants to keep the nostalgia going, check out my retro radio station that plays 80s and 90s TV themes, music, and other fun blasts from the past. I love that stuff. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Story 2. Baby, if you've ever wondered what became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati. I got kind of tired of packing and unpacking, coasting around up and down the dial. Baby, you and I were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while. Story 3. At our last band practice, I performed the theme from the Jeffersons. I don't know if I have ever sung it like that before. It was so much fun. Story 4. I don't know if it is the best, but I grew up in the 1950s. A lot of my generation paused between the C and the K when spelling Mickey Mouse Club because of the Mickey Mouse Club. Story 5. Hercules, hero of song and story, winner of ancient glory, fights for the right with his might. With the strength of 10 ordinary men, he is Hercules. People are safe when near him. Only the evil fear him. There is softness in his eyes, iron in his thighs, virtue in his heart, and fire in every part of the mighty Hercules. Story 6. I belong to the late Generation X/Xennial cohort, but I used to watch Nick at Night on Nickelodeon, so I experienced shows like My Three Sons and Leave It to Beaver, which were well before my time. Story 7. Now the world does not move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you might not be right for someone else. A man is born and he is a man of means. Then along come two. They have nothing but their genes, but they have different strokes. It takes different strokes to rule the world. Everybody has a special kind of story. Everybody has a way to shine. It does not matter what you have, not a lot, so what they have theirs, you have yours, and I have mine. And together we will be fine. Takes different strokes to rule the world. Yes, it does. It takes different strokes to rule the world. Story 8. There's a voice that keeps calling me. Down the road, that's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Story 9. I had a Magilla Gorilla theme song stuck in my head that would not go away for months. It's not the best song, but I know all the words. Story 10. This may date me, but I still listen to the theme from the life and times of Grizzly Adams. Simpler times. Story 11. There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn has broken out in fights. And there's a traffic jam in Harlem backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Khrushchev is due in Idlewild. Car 54. Where are you? I think these were the first words out of my mouth in 1962. Story 12. Addams Family. In the Midwest, church and Girl Scout groups even prayed to the tune. That's how you know it is hip. Story 13. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big. Story 14. The year is 1994. From space comes a runaway planet, hurtling between Earth and the moon, unleashing cosmic destruction. Human civilization is cast in ruin. 2,000 years later, Earth is reborn. A strange new world rises from the old. A world of savagery, superscience, and sorcery. Story 15. WKRP in Cincinnati. Baby, did you ever wonder what became of me? I'm living on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati WKRP. Story 16. Some from the 70s. Rockford Files. Mike Post is the greatest of all time of theme song composers. Bob Newhart Show. Home to Emily. Mary Tyler Moore. Love is all around. Emergency. Story 17. Married with Children. Love and marriage, it's an institution you can't disparage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Story 18. Boy, the way Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us have got it made. Those were the days. Story 19. 1. Miami Vice. 2. Angela. Theme from Taxi. 3. Airwolf theme. 4. Thundercats. 5. Original Battlestar Galactica theme. Story 20. Does Psycho Dad from Married with Children count? It's a show within a show. Story 21. Hard to choose one. My favorite theme songs with lyrics are Perfect Strangers, Family Ties, Growing Pains, Who's the Boss, The Fall Guy, Story 22. In 1972, a specialized commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security facility to the underground of Los Angeles. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team. Story 23. Stand Back, Superman, Iceman, Spider-Man, Batman, and Robin too. I don't want to cause a commotion, but B.A. Baracus, do I have something for you? Makes them all look like a bunch of amateurs. Got more courage than United Dairies. Hang on, look out. For Supergran, total classic. Story 24. Les Moans and Glutus. I also loved Inspector Gadget, but it is not even close. Story 25. There was a sketch comedy show on Nickelodeon when I was a kid called Roundhouse. It was essentially a precursor to All That. I still remember the theme song, and it's still incredible. Additionally, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Introduced me to rockapella and started my love of a cappella music. Story 26. Gen Zer and TV theme song enthusiast. I believe WKRP in Cincinnati ranks highly, and it's a great song in its own right, especially the lyrics. I also really love the outro song, which has a compelling story that accompanies it. Story 27. Maverick. One that I like very much but cannot sing is Bourbon Street Beat starring Richard Long and Andrew Duggan. Story 28. Making your way in the world today takes everything you have. A break from your worries would certainly help a lot. Story 29. Seatbelts. Everyone, please let this be a normal field trip with the Frizz. No way. Story 30. I am not very musical, so other than some Christmas carols, the only song I know the words to is the theme from Gilligan's Island. Story 31. Mickey Mouse March by Jimmy Dodd. The Mouseketeers in Action. Story 32. Not getting hassled, not getting hustled. Keeping your head above water, making a wave when you can. Temporary layoffs. Good times. Easy credit ripoffs. Good times. Scratching and surviving. Good times. Hanging in and jiving. Good times. Aren't we lucky we have them? Good times. Story 33. Emmy wished on a dragon scale, and that's what started the Dragon Tales. Around the room, the dragons flew, but Emmy and Max knew what to do. They climbed. Story 34. It's howdy doody time. Clarabelle and Howdy too. Say howdy do to you. Let's give a rousing cheer. A howdy doody cheer. It's time to start the show, so let's go. Story 35. Older Generation X individuals will hear this randomly. 3, 2, 1 contact. It's the secret, it's the moment when everything happens. Contact, it's the answer, it's the reason why everything happens. Story 36. When you find yourself in danger. When you're threatened by a stranger. When it looks like you will be hurt. There is someone waiting who will. Hurry up and rescue you. Just call for Super Chicken. Fred, if you're afraid, you'll have to overlook it. Besides, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. He will drink his super sauce and defeat the bad guys, and he will bring them in alive and kicking. There is something you should learn. When there is no one else to turn to, just call for Super Chicken. Call for Super Chicken. Hard to decide between this one, George of the Jungle, and Tom Slick. Story 37. Why? I even messed up one of the lines where I mentioned Hollywood. I don't remember exactly how that goes. I'm 70 years old, and I remember it very well. I think I watched every episode. I remember the entire cast. Jethro, Ellie Mae, Jed, Granny, and Jane, who managed their money. Story 38. Making your way in the world today takes everything you have. Taking a break from all your worries would certainly help. Story 39. I know the creator is flawed, but the messages in Fat Albert still resonate. Hey, hey, hey. It's Fat Albert. Story 40. Meet Kathy, who has been almost everywhere from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty has only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. They are cousins, identical cousins. Story 41. The first mate and the skipper will do their best to make the others comfortable in their tropical island nest. Story 42. Maybe not old by television standards, but I'm a 90s baby, so I feel like C-Lab 2021 counts. It's still a song I have on my phone, along with the original Teen Titans theme song. Story 43. A horse is a horse, of course. But no one can talk to a horse, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Story 44. Come along with the snorks. Swim along with the snorks. There is so much to see waiting for you and me. Have fun with the snorks. Story 45. All but one man died at Bitter Creek, and they say he ran away, branded, marked with a coward's shame. What do you do when you're branded? Will you fight for your name? He was innocent. Not a charge was true, but the world would never know. Branded, scorned as the one who ran. What do you do when you're branded and you know you're a man? Wherever you go for the rest of your life, you must prove you're a man. Story 46. Though we don't know who you are, we are working hard for your sake. All of us together are supporting you with all our hearts. No matter what kind of strife, each of us would risk our lives. We always take pride in what we do, and health comes first. Story 47. Early to rise, early to bed, and in between, I cooked and cleaned and felt overwhelmed. Going through life with blinders on, it's tough to see. I had to break free and search for myself. There's a new girl in town and she's looking good. Story 48. Hill Street Blues. Theme tunes for police shows were always lively and energetic. Then this beautiful piece of music came along. Story 49. When I was young, I watched a Chinese show about a woman who was a mysterious detective. The theme song started with, "And I sure phone, and I sure phone, and I sure Jetta." But I forgot the rest. I haven't been able to find that song for a long time, but I still remember how it goes. Story 50. The full version of the Cheers theme song is an absolute hit. The lyrics are humorous. There is an understated solo, 2 key changes, and another solo that truly comes alive at the end. It will captivate you. Story 51. The intro and outro theme for Babur the Elephant, a cartoon show that aired from 1989 to 1991, is particularly delightful. The outro is such a light-hearted tune that always brings me comfort. Story 52. Now this is a story about how my life was flipped and turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Story 53. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You are a pal and a confidant. If you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend." Story 54. Gem and the Holograms. The theme song has been my ringtone for almost 10 years and never gets old. Story 55. Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. They are the modern Stone Age family from the town of Bedrock. They are a page right out of history. Story 56. Mother of God. Not one mention of this. Lesser known but a total jam. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.